What's up everybody and welcome to another edition of AGR'S Pop Culture Reviews. Now before I get onto the review today, I want to talk about something very important. Living in South Florida, we are no stranger to natural disasters. And unfortunately this week, the people of the Bahamas were devastated by a Category 5 hurricane. So in response to that, I'm partnering up with several charitable organizations. I will leave links in the description if you do want to help. I know it can seem a bit overwhelming staring at the images of the incredible devastation, but every little bit does help, and it only takes a little bit of effort to be a true American hero. And I want to give my personal thanks in anything that you can do to help out with the Bahamian relief effort. Alright guys, thanks for listening and let's get to it. Now speaking of true American heroes, I think every one of us in some form or in some way grew up with G.I. Joe, a real American hero. And I have to admit, some of the coolest characters came out of this franchise. Mostly Duke, Flint, Snake Eyes was one of my personal favorites. Then of course we had the badass female characters that, as little boys, gave us that little extra tingle inside. I remember the first time that I saw the Baroness, Lady J, and my personal favorite, Scarlett. So in honor of those badass female characters that helped us appreciate the female form in our formative years, today we're going to be reviewing Kotobukiya's version of Scarlett, the Bishoujo statue. Let's take a closer look. You know, and I say this with all sincerity, I can think of nothing that goes better together than Kotobukiya's Bishoujo statue line and G.I. Joe. This is absolutely stunning. Now, it is Bishoujo-esque, but nevertheless, it is a beautiful interpretation of the character Scarlett, which was my personal favorites. The hair sculpt is brilliant here. I also love the color palette. It is amazing. Just take a look at every attention to detail in the hair strands. This thing is just gorgeous, guys, and what really stands out is those beautiful blue eyes. I say this all the time and I can repeat it because it's true. Kotobukiya never disappoints in the level of craftsmanship and detail. The midsection here is near perfection. The color palette is wonderful. It's a perfect recreation of what we see in G.I. Joe Generation 1 when it comes to Scarlett. But most importantly, just take a look at the different textures here, especially the blue. I love the belt buckle, and I love that orange offset against that kind of purple hue and bluish color. It looks fantastic, guys, and it really stands out. Amazing job here. The lower section of this piece is also very impressive. I love the long legs here, they look really great. I also love the fact that she's got one leg up, which looks awesome. Again, you get that wonderful sense of those textures that they use to really help give 3 dimension to this piece. I also love the fact that the boots are done so well. The pouches and the sculpt in the creases, along with the heel, look amazing, guys. And I also like the fact that it's slightly off of the base. This is a really well done job, and I have to say, art style and direction are nice here. Now this is a Bishoujo statue, and there's a reason that you buy these. You definitely have to mirror this one, guys. So much detail on the reverse side, you really get to see the strands in the hair here. Also that wonderful ponytail. Look at the musculature in the shoulders. That is really impressive, and really a nice attention to detail. Now again, this is Bishoujo. She has one of the most amazing fan services I've ever seen on a Bishoujo statue. This just looks amazing, guys. And of course, the lower section does show how she attaches to the base. Definitely mirror this one. Now I absolutely love when Kotobukiya does this. They make a huge statement by, of all things, being very minimal. The stone and rock here look fantastic, very organic, mostly because of the great shading that they did on this base. It looks amazing, guys. But most importantly, the little explosion, the particle effects are great. There's such rich color there, and it does give it a nice sense of 3 dimension as it is exploding out. This is very well done, and most importantly, very small footprint relative to the piece. It checks all my boxes. This is awesome. Yeah, guys, listen, the minute I took this thing out of the box, it became an instant holy grail piece. This is by far one of my favorite Kotobukiya statues. It is just beautiful to look at. If you're a fan of G.I. Joe, you definitely have to have this one in your collection. And to think we're getting the Baroness and Lady J, the holy triumvirate of the characters that I absolutely loved growing up. So guys, I know that this one is going to sell out very quickly. If you haven't already done so, pick this one up. Now before I go, I just want to thank F&B Collectibles Incorporated for sponsoring today's video, and Sideshow Collectibles for sending this wonderful piece over for review. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on Kotobukiya's version of Scarlett, the Bishoujo statue. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR'S Pop Culture Reviews.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry, Cobra! Cobra,
Bishoujo is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose? To defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.